Training for pilots, yes. They organized the logistics, yes. Permission for other countries to send F-16s, yes. But they didn't supply Ukraine with F-16s. They supplied their F-35s. They did actually great money replacing F-16s with F-35s in allied armies. But again, Ukraine didn't receive enough munition from the United States if we speak about tanks and airplanes. By the way, there are lots of the military storages in the United States itself, and if Ukraine obtained just 10% of what the United States has in its storages, Russia will be out of Ukraine in a matter of months.
We provided the Patriots. We provided many of the things that you said earlier.
For the Patriots, again, not enough for Ukraine to protect itself. The capital city, maybe some of the military airports, maybe, but still not enough.
That Ukraine finds itself in a more challenged position on the battlefield, suggesting that there's not a straight line between those weapon systems and how it does on the battlefield. Where is the straightest line between Ukrainian performance and inputs? It's on mobilization of manpower.
Again,
mobilization of manpower.
Guys, I'm so mad, so angry on this guy because of his de-escalation policy. And what he says, actually, he blames Ukrainians and failed mobilization. He says that Ukraine needs more of the manpower, not the weapons, which is complete nonsense. I'm happy that this guy is leaving actually his position. I don't know who's going to replace him, but at least we'll not see this clown in the White House. Let me explain you why do I say like that. Well, simply, it's impossible to handle the Russian army with the manpower. Russia will always have more infantry forces than Ukraine if we speak about the current war. Russia's population is at least 4 times larger than Ukrainians, and the Russian dictatorship regime doesn't care on their people. You cannot fight the Russian midwaves with Ukrainian midwaves. You'll always lose. So the only option possible is to give Ukraine weaponry, the weaponry which is much better compared to the Russian made. I always say in my videos that our Western partners produce the best of the weaponry with longer range compared to the Russian made, more precise compared to Russian made. Everything of that should be supplied for Ukraine if we want Ukraine to win. But if we say, okay, mobilize more army men to fight against the Russian army men, it is just the Delulu approach, and it will bring just the losses for Ukraine, not the victory. No, there will be the endless war until Ukrainian soil will be just covered with the blood of the fallen soldiers, so Ukrainians and Russians. What is bad that those voices were in the White House, so Biden listened to them. The voices of de-escalation were presented there for a very, very long time, even under Obama's administration. Then they say to Ukrainian government by that time that it's better not to fight for Crimea and let it to go to the Russian side. That's it. But after it, the war sparked in Donbass, and here we have the full-scale war, and they still proceed with their policy of de-escalation. If the United States of America stay that weak, the autocracies will rise their heads. We can see that they are already doing it, and the world may definitely change for bad, because autocracies understand just hard power. No negotiations, no de-escalation. There should be punched with the escalation from the Western countries. West should show that they are determined to secure their values, that they're not letting some bully to occupy some of the countries, which by the way choose the development in the pro-Western way. And guys, I'm so mad about those kind of the politicians and officials. Yes, actually even more mad compared to the pro-Russian useful idiots. It is very understandable with them, but here this guy was in charge of this policy, and because of his action, Ukraine had more losses. United States should have supplied to Ukraine all of the weaponry well before and with much greater scale, but